I'm gonna start this off by saying everything I say on this video is absolutely false, not based in any truth or facts at all. It is all about a fictional character by the name of Damn Fool chronicling his life, feeling like his life is cursed. Okay, man. I guess yeah, I'm on a run today. I'm on a roll today. But I guess we'll jump back into the just to mention. Okay, what bothers you so much now that you have gotten into the matrix or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and you see that it's personal, what makes you take offense to it? And I'll say this. For one, the fact that you have no privacy. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of understand that basically, it's like the movie The Truman Show. If you just go back and watch The Truman Show, you know what I'm saying? You see, and as a grown man, as a person, as a person who has overcome his own obstacles and have to deal. I mean, man, it's a feat in itself navigating through all the atrocities that happen in the hood. Without a scratch or without getting shot or hurt real bad or serving prison time or whatever. And, it's all by the grace of God. It ain't nothing that you do on your own, but it does take a degree of cunningness and playing your cards right, and along with having a group of people that look out for you and you look out for them, and etc. So it's crazy that, and when you listen to me, it sounds like I'm throwing a lot of people under the bus. It may come across like that, especially to them. It may come across like I'm throwing a lot of people under the bus, but the heightened level of disrespect to have a person on blast 24 hours a day, not only in his psyche of being a voyeur, but also probing a motherfucker's mind. That is a level of disrespect. I mean, hey man, if you have to ask yourself, what would press a guy like Michael Johnson over the edge? The guy in Dallas, the guy in Dallas who supposed to have did the psyop or whatever. It might have been real, who knows? But what pushed a guy like that to go over the edge? And when you see stuff like this, you have a newfound respect for people that tend to go over the edge, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the conspiracy theorists, the professional conspiracy theorists, the people who get paid to crack codes and drive people crazy and to get into your mind and stuff like that. Oh yeah, they out there, man. You gotta know, just because a person got the facts don't mean they gonna present them to you in your best favor. Some of this stuff drive people over the edge, man. And so when you understand that the frequencies that are being played, when I speak on shit like parallel universes, multi universes, I'm not speaking on people think that this stuff can't come into your life as an individual. What I'm telling you, this stuff is all around you, 100% of the time. And the frequencies, man, can nag you to death. Or I'm not under the I'm not ignorant to the fact that they could probably the same thing can make you psychotic. So I have a high level of respect, and not because of of having love or sympathizing with authority. But the power that authority has, when they got this kind of authority, I see what can drive a motherfucker to, you know, to extreme heights of psychosis, and people doing all kind of off the wall stuff, man. I mean, you gotta understand what frequency is playing into them, and you hear people speak, man, all different kind of ways. You hear the, if you watch a lot of Hidden Colors, you hear Tariq Nasheed call them the white supremacists, or, you hear Alex Jones, he'll call them the globalists, you hear, just all kind of, if you go to Sarnetta, they'll call it the European. If you go to David Duke, he'll have a particular name for him. So basically, what I'm telling you is, all of this stuff, man, is basically all comes to one head. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know who the head is. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it doesn't pay me in revenue and make my life easier by following that trail. Now, the minute that it does, then I'll go down that track of research or whatever. But as of right now, I have to make a living for myself, and I also have to keep my sanity while I'm dealing with this stuff in real life, man. Like, it's actually, I can actually look down at my fucking phone screen and see a motherfucker looking me dead in the eye, propagating madness. You know what I'm saying? And basically, that's another thing I wanted to say too. I was saying that I wanted to get into the podcast world as well as the YouTube. Just basically all things. Just centering everything that I love and like into a particular ball. And people walk through this journey with me, man, and try to go on some success off of it. Feel like if it's valuable to somebody, to basically as a level of entertainment. But it's a wrestling match. You have to wrestle with the fact that entertainment is not entertainment, especially free entertainment. You understand what I'm saying? So, and one thing you thinking about, you fighting the fact of wanting to innocently handle your business and monetize it because you know it can be done. But you're also fighting the fact that people don't want free entertainment. As a matter of fact, it's a lot that possibly could go against you for free entertainment, because entertainment is propaganda. You know what I'm saying? And so when you watch a news story, you don't understand the ramifications, man. You don't understand the straws. Basically, what I'm trying to say, the straws that's being put on your back with every stitch of information you read, every stitch of information you see, every slang word you use that gets made popular. I mean, these things come from places, man. And a lot of time when you think it's organic, or you think that it's innocent, or you think that it's just somebody's point of view, I'm gonna give you a prime example. A lot of time, man, truth is right in your face, man. Truth is done, and that's why they call it Disney magic. That's why they call it magic, Hollywood magic. A lot of the truth is in science fiction movies and horror movies and adventure movies. It's a lot of truth in there, man. You just have to know, if you have to be tuned in to a certain frequency to find out what truth is being told. These people are wizards, man. These people are geniuses, like genius beyond you. Like what I'm telling you right here, man, this is fucking novice. This is child's play. The people that's doing it are the ones whose minds need to be marveled. And that's rare, man. People that can do stuff like that, they on another level with education of the psyche. And And not to say that it's a good thing, you know. Sometimes you get to a point to where you say, ain't no such thing as good and bad. It's positive and negative. You know what I mean? And, you know, apparently can't nothing be too positive. So anyway, let's back up off that and go back to what I was trying to say. Go back and look at the movie Devil's Advocate. And it's a particular part in that movie. I wish I could tell you exactly what minute it was on. But it's a particular part in that movie where Keanu Reeves, first of all, I'll just tell you, Keanu Reeves was a lawyer in a small country town. He was crushing everything, and he couldn't figure. I mean, he just knew he was good. You know what I'm saying? And then he got called out to a big law firm in New York, and he get out to New York and, you know, meet with the head guy in New York, and the guy took a liking to him, but he didn't notice anything special about the liking that the guy took to him until you know, everybody in his family, everybody that was around him was going crazy and dropping like flies, and they were like, "Hey man, we need to get out of here, man. This isn't a safe place." And he was thinking that, man, y'all just having a hard time adjusting to the environment, you know. His wife, his mom, you know, so just calm down. But basically, he came to find out the guy that he was dealing with was his father. But he didn't know who his father is. So he go to the office one day to check up on the guy. The point I'm trying to get to right now, I'm just giving you a premise on what the movie is about. He goes to the law firm, you know, which is, and he goes to the office after hours because he know the guy hang out there after hours sometime. And when he went there, man, it was crammed full of people, man, printing out news stories for the day. And it was newspapers for all over the country that they was printing up all the papers and printing up all the news stories going for all over the day. So with that being said, I say, hey man, sometimes you might see some shit like one particular topic, right? And that be the topic. That new topic becomes the topic of modern day lexicon. Like in the African American community, when people start talking about group economics, I mean, man, 10 years ago, group economics was just, hey man, support black businesses, right? But after, I'll say like 2000, maybe 11, 2012, Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? It was a movie called Rosewood. Nobody brings up Rosewood. Everybody brings up Black Wall Street, man, like all the time. Like, okay, so this is the new word that's part of the lexicon for the Afrocentric community. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a prime example of on a very small, mundane level, one little category on how things manifest themselves into your circles, and they force themselves as a mainstay. You know, it's a good story. Don't get it twisted. It's good to talk about. But, I mean, you don't have to be a psychic to know that you can hear two black people say, when they get into a conversation, the first thing gonna come out their mouth is, we need to stick together. We need to come together. And we can do it. Remember Black Wall Street. You don't even have to, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to know anything about anything. Those things, that's what's going to come out. Hey, man, so what's the problem with your boy? Man, I don't know, man. He's a coon. You know, I don't know why we just can't all stick together. If we all stuck together and do so-and-so, you know, Black Wall Street, that's going to come out in every conversation, man. So, it's just an example. But what irritated me the most about folks chasing me around was that, first of all, I gotta always bring this back to being an artist. You know what I'm saying? Because that was my main being. Everything I tried to be centered itself around being a successful artist. And one of the main things I understood at a very young age was And artists don't necessarily just mean musician. I mean any kind of artist. The main thing, man, is to magnetize money. You got to think of money, man, just like imagine being inside of a box. You know what I'm saying? You ever look at those game shows where people be in a box and it just be air blowing all over the place and money blowing all over the place, and as much money as you can catch, as much money as you can keep, and you think to yourself, man, if I could just be a magnet and all the money just stick to me, I just go in that motherfucker, get all the money and walk out. So the whole name of the game, you know what I'm saying, is to how to magnetize as much money to my entity, to my being as possible. And one of the things about being a good artist, a marketable artist, you know what I'm saying, and an artist with a loyal following, is mastering the art of the interview. You know what I'm saying? If you're a good interviewer, you can you can have a long-standing career. You know what I'm saying? So that was so basically I lived my whole life doing imaginary interviews. Like, you know, just talking to people. I'm doing an interview. You know, I'm talking to my probation officer. I'm doing an interview. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to a lawyer. I'm doing an interview. I'm applying for a job. I'm doing an interview. Which is why I love Pac so much. Even I'm having a conversation over the phone, I'm doing an interview. I'm doing a mini lecture. You know, this is back when I was at the top of my game, you know, as a youngster. So everything, every way that I moved was pretty much informative. And you know, informative and with purpose, basically giving an interview. And when I noticed when people would follow me around, they would do the same thing. But as far as the hip hop community, they would take the interview and pervert it. Everywhere I go, they would take my swagger, but put a little bit more behind it, and fault up the message, which is a crazy thing, because you would say, why does that bother you? Because it's not you, and you're absolutely right. But it stagnates you because something that you see or somebody that you cheering for to win, when you find out that this person, not only is this person able to voyeur into your life, this person is stealing your material and bringing it in his own way. You understand what I'm saying? So it's hard to not look at that when you meet. It's hard to not look at it as a blatant disrespect. It's like, well, why don't, hey man, if y'all want to hire people to be foolish, like, why don't you hire the fool himself? You know what I'm saying? Instead of going through all this, you can just have the goddamn fool. But so all this, man, was a crazy thing, man. And basically, that's just going back to, why does this bother you so much, and why does it get up under your skin? It gets under your skin because it's like having an evil twin, man. Like having an evil twin going around and hitting all your spots before you get a chance to hit your spots. You know what I'm saying? You know. So it's kind of crazy, man. And it takes the gravitational pull away from you. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little metaphysical, and it's more than I could actually explain at a particular point of time, especially from the direction from the angle I already hit it. It's kind of hard for me to understand, to explain to you how, you know, the gravity that could come to you naturally is actually pulling away. I'm under the perception of that anyway. I have no proof of it, but it feels like the gravitational pull with people taking your energy, siphoning your energy, and using it the way they want to use the energy. It takes away from the actual energy that you have. You understand what I'm saying? And I can't explain what I'm saying, but basically, you know, the strongest stamp is the one that only been licked one time. if you put a stamp on the envelope and take it off and put it on another spot, and eventually, man, it ain't even gonna stick. You know what I'm saying? Because you done licked the stamp too many goddamn times. Like, best analogy I can make. So let me go on and get up out of here, man. I'm just rambling. Like I said, you're gonna get a lot of that, man. I ain't got nothing better to do, shit. So I might be back again for the night over with. Chill.